We're going to start on Samach He, okay? Amral. Yubi, see here. Don't worry about it. Okay. It's all good, man. Okay. It's okay. Ezra, a lot of reading today. A lot of reading. Where's my Gemara?
So you do the top today. You're about to little watch or whatever. Yeah. So no shipment's going.
We might not do it all today. It's okay. We might just do some of it. Maybe not all of it. Let's start on Samach He. So, as I see the Mishnah over there on Samach He Amud Aleph. The Mishnah we just read. How do I uncrooked this thing? We just read the Mishnah on Samach He or He Amud Aleph, which is the process of how they did it with all the hand. Should I do it? Remember this? Okay. So the Gemara. So we said, where's my? We said in the Gemara. We said in the Mishnah when they cut the haomer. Remember this, everybody. When they cut the haomer, they made a big deal. When did they cut the haomer?
The night after.
The night of second day of Pesach, which is right after the first Hag in Eretz Israel. Right after the first Hag, that night, which is the second night of Pesach.
It's Yom Tov.
It's Yom Tov for us. It's not Yom Tov in Israel.
First day of Chol
First day Chol Moed. First night of Chol Moed.
Could be Shabbat.
Even if it was Yom Tov, we would do it anyway.
Yeah.
Now, they cut, right, just like my father-in-law said, even on Shabbat they would do it. They would cut their haomer even on Shabbat. It beats Shabbat. So the Mishnah said, why do we make such a big deal? We call all the people, everybody come and watch as we cut the haomer barley from the ground. We want thousands of people there. Why? Because we want to shove it in the faces of the, remember the names? The other ones. Moshe? Baitusim. The Baitusim, what was their claim? That the haomer was brought when? It says, Min mahurat ha-Shabbat tebi'enu. The day after Shabbat means Shabbat mamash. They hold, again, so we hold the Korban haomer was brought on the second day of Pesach. The second day of Pesach, doesn't matter what day of the week it is, that's when the haomer is brought. The Korban of the haomer. And we cut it the night prior. And the Baitusim, who did not believe in Torah Shabbat Peh, these guys are troublemakers. So the Baitusim, they were. The Baitusim, they held, no, it says, Mimahat Shabbat. After the Shabbat, which means you have to wait until Sunday. If Pesach, let's say, is on Monday, sorry, we're going to wait all the way till Sunday and bring the haomer on Sunday. Unbelievable. This is Emor. This is one of the places. Yeah, very good. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the Baitusim. So the Gemara says, Tanu Rabbanan, our rabbis taught us, Ilen Yomaya Delo Lit Anaa Behon. These are the days where you should not fast. They're happy days, and you should not fast on these days. And some of them, not only you can't fast on these days, you can't even have a eulogy, which is even stricter. Too happy every day. No hesped, no eulogy, and no ta'ani. Only happy things on these days. What are these? From the beginning of Rosh Chodesh Nisan until the 8th, Itukam Temida. What does this mean? Samach He or Samach He Amud Aleph. What am I reading here? Anybody know these holidays? These are the holidays. From the first day of Nisan until the 8th. Is that a holiday? No. The first day of Nisan until the 8th, Itukam Temida, the Tamid, the Korban Tamid, the daily offering was established. Anybody ever hear of this holiday before? Okay. And so this is called, where is this that the Gemara is quoting from? Where did our rabbis say this? Our rabbis wrote this in something called Megillat Ta'anit. Has anybody ever heard of this Megillat Ta'anit? Yeah, David, you heard of it? Adam, you heard of it? Megillat Ta'anit. Megillat Ta'anit is an ancient book, even older than the Mishnah. We had it in the second Beit HaMikdash. And in this Megillat Ta'anit was written all sorts of holidays that you never heard of before. Jewish holidays that you never heard of in your life. Never heard of in your life. A book, example of what we just read. Example of what we just read. 1 Nisan through 8 Nisan is a holiday. What's the name of the holiday? It's not the name of the holiday, there's no name. It's called, the Talmid was established. Now, the Megillat Ta'anit.
So we get all these days, like about a week?
That's just the beginning. This is a book full of holidays. I'm going to show you. If you want to know exactly what this Megillat Ta'anit is about, that's why I printed another page for you. Shabbat. So let's quickly switch to Shabbat. Can I have one also? Is there one for me? Uncle Jack's volunteering. Can I have yours? Shabbat? You have a Shabbat?
Yeah, Shabbat what?
There's only, yeah, I got one. There's only one page. I highlighted it for you. This is important. Everyone should know this thing exists. There's something called Megillat Ta'anit. Matnitin. So the Gemara on Shabbat, that I highlighted in yellow for you.
At the Mishnah?
Mishnah. Ve'elu min halachot she'amru ba'aliyat hananya. So it's talking about a lot of Shabbat halachot. And the Mishnah says, Elu min halachot. These are the halachot she'amru ba'aliyat Hananya ben Hizkiah ben Garon. These halachot were taught in the attic, in the top level, in the attic of Hananya ben Hizkiah ben Garon. Who is this? Who is he? She'alu lebakero. The rabbis all went up to visit him in he had a famous attic.
It's the whole thing about the guy with
the stars?
Stars. No?
That's Rabban Gamliel. Very good. I knew you were going to say that. Rabban Gamliel, what Adam is saying is there's another rabbi in the attic. That's Rabban Gamliel, and in his attic he painted the solar system.
When I go to the attic, nobody comes to me.
When you go to the attic, the rabbis come to you?
Nobody can.
So Hananya, by the way, when it comes to Rabban Gamliel's attic, the Gemara says, how could he draw the solar system? Isn't there a halacha? You cannot draw. You can't draw the sun. And so there's a whole question, can you draw the sun? We'll leave it for, maybe we'll do it at the Shavuot. But they try to prove from Rabban Gamliel that, hey, he drew it in his attic on the ceiling, he drew it. Okay. Let's go back to our attic. Hananya ben Hizkiah ben Garon, he had a study all the way up in his attic, and the rabbis went up to visit him and discuss halachic questions. So the Mishnah says, She'alu lebakero, all the rabbis went up to visit him. Hey, Nadav. They went up, Nadav, what is Megillat Ta'anit? Yeah. Okay, good, come sit. Good, perfect. If you knew, Nadav, I'd tell you to go home. That's good. Come. All the rabbis went up to visit him. Nimnu v'rabu bet Shammai al bet Hillel. When they took a vote, you guys listening to this? All the rabbis are in the attic of Hananya. They took a vote. They said, let's make a vote, like Congress. What is the halacha with this? What is the halacha with this? What is the halacha with this? Everybody's here. Let's go, vote. And Bet Shammai, they had more rabbis than Bet Hillel in the attic. And Bet Shammai kept winning all the votes. And they made 18 halachot in his attic. These are 18 special halachot. And so let's read the Mishnah. Again. These are the halachot that were said in his attic. The rabbis went to visit him. They counted the people, the votes. More Bet Shammai students voted than Bet Hillel. They made 18 decrees on that day. Most of the decrees are not applicable to you and I because a lot of them are with Tuma and Tahara, impurity, which we don't do anymore. But it was a very momentous thing. And the Gemara a bunch of times talks about, wow, what happened in the attic? Okay.
But even in their days, the Tuma and Tahara was not.
No, they kept it. I mean, we're quoting what happened. He lived before the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed.
Oh.
Before. Okay. Now let's go down to the yellow highlight, Tanu Rabbanan. Tanu Rabbanan. Mi katav Megillat Ta'anit. I'm in Shabbat, Nadav, okay? We have a page of Shabbat. If you don't have one, maybe someone give it to you. Mikatav Megillat Ta'anit. Who wrote Megillat Ta'anit? Megillat Ta'anit is this book full of holidays that all of us never heard of before. Amru Hanania ben Hiskiyah v'siyato. This rabbi, the rabbi of the attic, he wrote the book Megillat Ta'anit. Shayu mehavivin et hatzarot, because they loved to document all the hard times they had, all the sarot. Every time they had a hard time, they wrote it down. Now let's see that sheet quickly. That sheet, I highlighted them for you also. Megillat Ta'anit, she says, the feature she'ar kol mishnah u'braita, all the rest of the mishnayot and the braitot, lo hayu kituvim, nothing was written down. Remember, we're talking about in the times of the second Beit HaMikdash, you were not allowed to write the oral Torah. The oral Torah was oral. You were not allowed to write it. And still he wrote Megillat Ta'anit. It was the only oral Torah that was written just about, maybe a few others. It was asur to write oral Torah, as she says. And Megillat Ta'anit was written lezikaron, to remember, ladat, yamim ha'asurim b'ta'anit, so everybody knows the days you cannot make a Ta'anit. V'chach nikra Megillah shekatuv Megillat Sefer. That's why it's called Megillah, because it was just like a scroll where everyone had, remember all these days, no fasting. Okay. Now we said he wrote them down because mehavivin tasarot. They were dear, the habibin. They loved the tsarot, all the problems. Why would you love problems? Because she says no. They love to remember the hard times that they were redeemed out of, the salvation. And the miracle was habib to them, was endeared to them. To remember and praise Hashem. And they wrote the days of the miracles, that there will be holidays, like for example, all the days where you can't fast, which we're talking about in our Gemara by the haomer. Let's just finish this piece so you have a whole idea about this. Also, we love to remember all the miracles, all the hard times in the miracles. Come on, it's not practical. What are we going to do? We can never write down, if you want to really look at all the times disaster almost happened to Am Yisrael, and we were saved, it's too much. Every day Hashem is saving us, whether we know about it, we don't know about it.
He's talking about the experiment of Beit HaMikdash.
This Megillah was written during the second Beit HaMikdash. During the second Beit HaMikdash, it was written.
And also
after some people say it was added to it after. I'm going to show you in a minute. Just hold that thought for 1 second. I'm going to show you something. Okay, hold on. Dabar ahed, another explanation on Rabban Shimon. So Rabban Shimon is saying, Hajj, enough with this Megillat Ta'anit. We can't have holidays like this. It's too much. There's too much going on. Which is kind of like what we do. We don't hold these days anymore. We don't celebrate these days. Dabar ahed, another reason. En shoten nifga. An idiot, a fool, does not get hurt. What does this mean? This is Rashi. Rashi says, En shoten nifga, en pegara ba lav. Bad stuff doesn't happen to a fool. Look, shtomeh petayim Hashem. Is that what you said, David? He doesn't understand even how much he's being saved. You know how much stuff is happening to you on a daily basis? How do you know that you were walking down the street and a bullet didn't fly by your head? How do you know? You have no idea. You don't even know it ever happened. It could have happened tonight. On the way here, it could have happened. Or the second you made the right turn to go to shul, a drunk driver went right through the red, and that would have been you 10 seconds before, God forbid. We don't know. And so Rashbag is saying we have to draw the line. Otherwise, we have to make every single day a holiday. Dabar ahed, en basar hamet margish bi'izemel. Dabar ahed, another reason, the flesh. Very good. Hold it. The Gemara will ask this question. En basar hamet margish bi'izemel. The flesh of the dead person can't feel the knife. Which means we've become so numb. There's so much happening every single day. Another milhama. Look at Israel. Another milhama, another milhama, another story, another story. There's a bombing. No, everyone was saved. There was a bombing. Only one guy got hurt. How many miracles? We're numb already. We don't even feel the knife anymore. Okay. Annie, is this true that a dead body? Hold on. We don't like your example, the Gemara says. Is this true that a dead body doesn't feel the knife? The haomer Rabbi Yitzhak says, Kasher ima lemet kemahat lebasar. Hi. The worm is so painful to a dead body in the ground, just like a needle in a live body. And by the way, this is true. The Mikubalim talk about this. The pain of the worms in the ground is very painful for the guf and the neshama. There's not that many things that the body feels after death, but the Mikubalim say, right? Nadav, yeah, they say rima. The worm, it feels. It feels
The
the.
more fat you are, the more.
I hope not. I gotta go on a diet. שנאמר, אף בשרו עליו כאב ונפשו עליו תאבל. So how could you say that the flesh doesn't feel the knife? I don't even like your example. So the Gemara says, a different example. Ema en basar hamet shebahai margish beizemel. When you have like a scab growing, a dead piece of skin on you, or a dead something on your body, it's a scab where it's recovering. That doesn't feel the pain of a needle, of a knife. And so just like that, so too, you're numb to it because it's so burnt. That she said, listen to that she says, Basar met shebehai, hagadel be'adam ahai, something, a dead piece of flesh that's growing in a live person, mehamat makeh, or mehamat kiviyah, someone got burnt, someone had an accident, God forbid, and now it's scabbing over. You can cut that piece, it doesn't really feel so painful. Why? Because it's so damaged that you're numb to more of the pain. And so too, he's saying us. We're so numb to all these miracles, all these problems that we see from. Enough already. We can't celebrate every single day. This is Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel. This is Megillat Ta'anit. This is what we're quoting from in our Gemara. Now I brought something for you. Show and tell. This is Megillat Ta'anit. I brought it from my house. So if you want to see it,
seems almost awkward that they're debating the example independently.
it's not
Why are we not
always. This is so good, so like the Gemara to do this. The Gemara always, you can't get away with anything in the Gemara.
But I think what I'm trying to say is they must be going into something different. We're not.
Maybe they're saying
It's like if I said it's cold in here like Siberia. Somebody said no, it's cold like Antarctica. No, it's cold like when the AC.
I hear what you're saying,
The point is made. What are you
but
trying to
but
say?
if you think about it, maybe think about it, yeah. What is he saying? We're dead. We're so dead. Every time a problem comes, it's no, we're not dead. We're alive. Yeah, it's a better example. Am Yisrael High. We're alive. We have some problems. We have scab.
Not being alive, saying are saying that
We're-
our part that appreciate the becomes numb because they're so threatened.
Yeah, but it's a better example than us being dead. Doctor, what do you want to say?
No, I was gonna say, I think it's just like when you were saying how a dead body and this and that. Sometimes the examples themselves are used as the opportunity to allude to something else. That's like, that's why the whole discussion about what happens to the person after they die, do they feel, they don't feel. It's almost a gateway to something else.
Yeah, I see that, but it's just like I almost said, like there must be trying to do something.
Yeah, this is not a Megillah. It's not a part of Ketuvim. Sorry, Moshe. This Megillah Ta'anit is not a part of the Ketuvim. It's not a part of the Torah. This is oral Torah that was written before the Mishnah. Does anybody here understand Aramaic? Okay, so you want me to read a page? Let's open up and read a page. Just to give you an example, okay? It goes by month. And so here, let's see. We're in Sivan, okay? The Sivan. B'shibsar b'Sivan. Here, let's do this one. B'hamesad ba, on the 15th of Sivan, u'b'shetzad be, and on the 16th of Sivan, gelu anashe bet she'an ve'nashe bikata. They were exiled. the people of Bet She'an and Anshe Bik'ata. Ever hear this holiday before? 15 Sivan, 16 Sivan. This is the beginning of the book, and then it's going to say how they were saved. No, it's going to say how they were saved. How they were saved afterwards. Yeah, Elan. How does the Megillah start? With our Gemara Menachot. We started with Menachot. Elan Yomayad Elalit Anabihon Aramaic. These are the days you cannot fast. And some days you cannot eulogize. Because it starts with Nisan. It goes in order of the year.
Does it go into Shuvavim?
But which? No, it doesn't say Shuvavim. You know which holidays are in here? The rabbinic holidays are in here. I'll read you them. Here. In there. Let's go out down to Adad. Adad, what do you think? Here, let's go to Chodesh Adad.
But it's never been followed, is it?
We don't use it anymore. I'm going to show you why. They used to follow this. This used to be the thing. Now it's been, Adad is packed. B'Timanya b'Tish'a b'Adad Yom Teru'at Mitra, the 8th of Adad, the 9th of Adad, the 12th of Adad is a holiday, the 13th of Adad, the 14th and the 15th is Be'arbeh Tzadbeh or B'Hameh Tzadbeh Yomeh Furaya, Purim. Dilal Mispad, and then it says Esther, Mordechai, it says a story. And then you have over here.
So they were after the.
It was towards the end of the second Beit HaMikdash. Over here Hanukkah. It also is in here Hanukkah. But the way it starts is with our Gemara. Min Resh Had Nisan, from the 1st of Nisan, until the 8th of Nisan, it will come Temidah. The Tamid sacrifice was established. What does this mean? The Tamid sacrifice was established. No eulogies or fasting. It's explained because the Sedokim, our Gemara says the Baitusim. The Sedokim said, if you look at our Gemara, it's exactly the same. The Sedokim said you can only bring a Tamid, which is the daily offering from. You can bring a daily offering from private property. And then it's going to go on to other things. And our Gemara will explain it.
But we had Tamid in Beit HaMikdash, and we know always. So
right. So these guys were troublemakers. They were reformers. Again, how these guys come around? So because of. Let's repeat. Yeah, let's just repeat what happened. Hold on. Let's just say what we said last week. Antignos ben Sochu. Close. It's modern Hebrew using. Perek Aleph of Pirkei Avot, Mishnah Gimel. Antignos ben Sochu Omer. Ken, don't serve Hashem amenat lekabel peras. Don't serve Hashem for reward. Serve Hashem for no reward. And so he had two students. We said this last week. One was named Sadok. One was named Baitus. And these guys said, must be there's no schad v'onesh. There's no punishment and reward in this world. That's why Rabbi is saying, Antignos, our rabbi is saying, serve Hashem for no reward. And so they started a whole school of reform, teaching their kids, their students, hey, there's no schad and onesh. There's no reward. And you know what? Don't listen to the rabbis. Only follow what the Torah says. And so they only became, this is Sidukim and Baitusim. Okay? And so now, why don't we have Megillat Ta'anit these days? David's question. What happened to this whole book? It's a beautiful book. What happened to this book? I'll read you the Meiri. I brought it. The Meiri says, Kebad bi'anu bimkomo shebatla Megillat Ta'anit. The entire book is nullified. These holidays are no longer holidays. Chutz meChanukkah uPurim. Only Hanukkah and Purim stay. Me'ata from now. Kol sheken she'en lanu lekbo Yom Tov. Now, if you believe that Yom Ha'atzmaut should be a Hag, listen to this. I'm not saying yes, no, just listen. Kol sheken she'en lanu lekbo Yom Tov al nisim hamitchadishim lanu bechol yom bechesed rachaman yiparach. It is not for sure. If this book, we basically said, no more celebrating these holidays, then for sure anything new that happens to us, we do not have a right to make it a holiday, says the Meiri. I'm not going on the record against Yom HaAtzmaut because that's definitely. I'm just reading the Meiri. All I'm doing. And he says,
repeat.
he says, Kebab bi'anu bimkomo.
בעצמאות,
Again, so what you're saying is true, Shimon. So he's saying it's why can't you celebrate the day? And so the answer is yes. We have to define Rabotai. We have to define. We're talking about now a Hag that you cannot have Ta'anit, that you cannot have Hesped. That's what we're talking about, making it a real Hag. You can definitely celebrate Yom Ha'atzmaut, and you should celebrate Yom Ha'atzmaut. The question is it a Hag? Is it a Hag, a Jewish Hag? Is it a Yom Tov? You make Halel with the Beracha? No. No Halel with the Beracha. Without a Beracha. You celebrate, but you don't put it at the status of a regular holiday. Nachon? No Tahanun already. You're taking away the Tahanun for Yom Ha'atzmaut. It's easier because you're removing something. People would say, hey, how could you remove part of the Seder Tefillah? And they have a very good point. However, it's easier to remove something than to add Halel with the Beracha. And so we're in the middle. Chacham said, you want to remove Vidui? Okay, remove the Vidui. Okay, you want to take it away, take it away. But to add Halel during the Tefillah? No, because you're messing the Seder Tefillah. It's not a holiday. It's not Yom Tov. You want to add Halel after the Tefillah? It's Teilim. Right. But with the Beracha, no. Already you can't make Beracha. And so therefore, Yom Ha'atzmaut is a holiday. Yes, it's not a Yom Tov. It's not written in the books. We have a whole book full. If you want to do those, do all of these also. Every day should be a holiday. Like Rabban Shimon Gamliel says, every day should be a holiday from all the days. So we celebrate it, but you have to be smart. And be smart. And so you read Halel after Tehillim. I read Halel. It's beautiful. What's wrong with Halel? No Beracha. You want to not say Vidui? Okay, take away the Vidui. We'll do this. Yeah? Okay. So let's finish the Meiri. So here's the words of the Meiri. Akadosh kibar bi'anu b'mikomo shebatla megillat ta'anit chutz meChanukah u'Purim me'ata. Only Purim and Hanukkah remain from this entire book. Kol sheken, for sure, she'en lanu lekboa yom tov, that we should not establish a holiday on nisim hadishim lanu b'chol yom, on miracles that are newly happening to us every day, with the grace of Hashem. If we don't make a holiday, it's not that we're being kisher orif and we're not grateful to Hashem. We are grateful. Hashem doesn't want the holiday. It's not like we're not grateful. We also love the tzarot and celebrating all the salvations. So if we try to write down every holiday, it'll never be enough. And I think also on Shabbat, I think we may have skipped the line. He says something about the, where does he say it? I thought he said it about the dying. Okay, he did. Okay, now let's just finish this Shabbat while we're here, so you get the whole picture, because I want you to have this whole thing. So Hananiah ben Hizkiah ben Gadon, he's the one who wrote this whole Megillat Ta'anit. He's also the one with the attic that Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel had 13 things done. Let's read the end of the Gemara.
Said 18.
18 things, sorry, thank you. That's why you're here, Yuvi. Amar Yehuda Amarav. Amar Yehuda Amarav. Baram. Zachur oto ha'ish letov. May that person be remembered for good. Hananiah ben Hizkiah shemo. That's his name. Why? She'il malehu. If not for him, nignaz Sefer Yehezkel. We would have buried the entire Sefer Yehezkel. Ezekiel from the Tanakh, we would have not deleted it, we would have removed it from Tanakh and said, we don't read this. Yehezkel. Why? Because there's a lot of things in Yehezkel that's mamash opposite the Torah. Lots of questions, such as the classic Yehezkel, the description of the Beit HaMikdash in Yehezkel is so different than the description of the Beit HaMikdash in the Torah. So different. And everyone, put into YouTube Ezekiel Temple. You'll see what comes up.
And how do we
I'm gonna give you a good YouTube video if you want to reconcile it. Tovia Singer. Ezekiel Temple, Tovia Singer, he goes through it for an hour. He answers every question. What? This is why we almost ignore. The Gemara Megillah also says they almost buried Sefer Yechezkel. If it wasn't for Hananya, he also did this for us. He answered the question. So let's read what it says in the Gemara. They brought for him 300, let's call it gallons of oil. And he stayed up there studying by the oil until he answered every single contradiction. And because of him, we kept Sefer Yechezkel. Ezekiel remains in the Torah. Amazing. Like I said, the Gemara Megillah also says we came this close to removing Ezekiel from the Torah because it's too dangerous. It doesn't make sense to us. Okay, good. So this is Megillah Ta'anit.
You know what? He really puts the question, the whole Shlemuta. But basically, we say it's read. Says, well, it doesn't seem
No, not that it's a flaw in the book. It's a flaw in the readers, and the people are going to read it and say things that they shouldn't say. Et lasot Hashem hefel toratecha. You got to cut it out. Some things, sometimes you got to do stuff because of us. Now, what I want to do is, I want to continue this Gemara Menachot. Yes, and the answer is sometimes you have to go against intellectual honesty to save the Torah. Right, but if people are not going to understand it, and people are going to mislead it, and because of that, it's going to lead to a lot of problems. We have to do away with the intellectual honesty. Yeah, it's a sacrifice. It's not fun. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do it.
That whole story with Saduki and Hanuki.
What did he do? What happened?
They misunderstood the rabbi.
Yeah, like that. We don't want more of that. Okay, so now let's just go through a couple of the arguments between the Sidukim, the Baitusim, and the rabbis about this Pesach situation, and then I'll finish with the Rambam and Halas. We'll finish for today. Okay? So let's see. Tanur Banan, back to the Gemara Menachot. 65a Samache. Ilen Yomya. Now you know what I'm reading. Megillah Ta'anit. Ilen Yomya Dolei Ta'ana Behon. These are the days we don't fast. Or Mixatehon Dolon Mesbedwan. Some of the days we don't even eulogize. Meresher Hadanisan Atemanya Be to come to Midah. From the 1st of Nisan until the 8th, the Tamid offering, the sacrifice was established. We'll see what this means. The Lola Misped cannot say eulogies even on these days. It's a happy day. From the 8th of Nisan until the end of Pesach, Itutab Hagad Shabu'aya. The holiday of Shavuot was established, which means the Baitusim and Sidukim were challenging when Shavuot is even. Because Shavuot, it doesn't say in the Torah, tomorrow, not tomorrow, Shabbat. When we read the Parashat Emor, look where it says, that's Kippur, it gives you a date. The 1st of the 7th month is Rosh Hashanah. And the 15th of the 6th month, of the 1st month is Nisan. What is Shavuot? It doesn't give a date in the Torah for Shavuot. There is no date. It just says 50 days later is Shavuot. And so the Sidukim and the Baitusim were fighting us and saying Shavuot is a different day. And so it took us a week to battle them out and beat them, and we celebrate that week. This is the second holiday. We're going to read about it. So this is, maybe they were right.
By their count, they were correct.
Let's.
But they count from Shabbat.
Yeah, but we have to prove them wrong. We have to prove them that they're counting wrong.
We fought them in Pesach, or we fought them on...
So that's a great question. So according to the Pashut Pshat of this, the battle happened on Pesach. It means every day of Pesach, the Sidukim and the Baitusim and the rabbis were arguing. And on the last day of Pesach, they say, we give up. You're right. That's the Pashut Pshat. Some people want to say that it doesn't mean literally that the fight took 8 days. It means that they were fighting about those 8 days. But the Pashut Pshat is it took 8 days of a battle. And I'm going to show you, when we flip the page, there was a back and forth battle between the Baitusim and the rabbis. Some people say it happened on Pesach. Some people say it didn't happen on Pesach, but it was about Pesach. Understand? But the Pshat is this argument happened on Pesach. We're going to read it right now. Okay. So where were we? So the Gemara says, from the 1st of Nisan until the 8th, Itukam Timidah. What does this mean that the Tamid sacrifice was established? Why? Shayu Sidukim Omrim Yahid Mitnadev Ubmavi Tamid. They said, hey, even one guy could bring Kormat Tamid. Not the whole, it's not a public offering, it's a singular offering. What's their proof? My Derush, what they learn? Is that Lashon Yahid or Lashon Rabim? Is it singular? It's singular. And so I want to bring the Tamid today, myself. Ta'aseh. One. The Kevis Ahad Ta'aseh. No, there's a bunch of Pesukim. I think you're thinking about Rosh Chodesh. It happens a lot of times. This Pasuk happens a lot of times. So they said, Ta'aseh, you, one person. I want to bring David, this Pasuk at the Kevis Ahad, it's on all the holidays. So sometimes it says the Kevis Ahad, and sometimes it Kevis Ha'ehad. By Tamid, it says Ha'ehad. So they said, even a Yahid can bring it. And the rabbi said, no, this is a public offering from the what's it called? The collection from everyone. What do we call it? The Mahasid Shekels. It's from everyone, not from you. Get out of here. Take your sheep and go home. And so how they beat them? It says, you should do it. What did they answer him? Tishmeru is public. It's plural. So you all have to watch it. And so therefore, the Tamid, Kulan Ba'in Mitrumat Alishgai. It all comes from the whole, the collective pot, the tax of all the people. And this was a winning argument. We won. They agreed. And so since we won, we established it as a holiday from 1 Nisan until 8 Nisan, no fasting and no eulogies. Because they wanted to rearrange the whole Korban Tamid. Unbelievable. Now let's do the second holiday. This is from the 8th until the end of Pesach. It took a while, but these guys are wise guys. I'm going to show you the Gemara right now.
So we're basically going for the holidays in the second Megillah, which we don't celebrate.
When we're bringing Megillah, we're bringing Ta'anit because there's something there we need for our proof. Watch. And the second holiday is Mitimanya be'atzof mu'ada itotav hagadish bu'ayad delol lemisped. The second holiday is from 8 Nisan until the end of the holiday. We established when Shavuot is. What was the fight? Shayu baitusin omrim aseret ahara Shabbat. They said Shavuot is always on a Sunday. Why? Because mimahorat Shabbat, after Sunday. And it said also by Shavuot, after the Shabbat. So therefore they said, hey, the count always starts on Sunday, and it goes for 7 weeks, and it finishes on a Sunday. And we said, Tipeshim, it doesn't start on a Sunday. It starts on the second day of Pesach, and it goes 49 days later. So let's see what they said. Look at this Gemara. We're on the 5th line from the bottom. Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai. Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai goes to these guys. Ve'amar lahem shotim, fools, idiots. What are you guys talking about? Shavuot is on Sunday. Minayin lachem. What is your source that Shavuot is on Sunday? V'lo haya adam echad she'haya meshivo. No one can answer Rabbi Yochanan. No one dared challenge Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Chutz mizaken echad, except for one elderly guy. She'haya mitpatpet kenegdo. Rashi says he was like making fun of him. He was not respectful to Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. And he said, here's my proof that Shavuot is. Now wait till you get a hold of this. This is my proof that Shavuot is on Sunday. This is the most ridiculous proof. It sounds like something today's media would say, honestly. Moshe Rabbeinu ohev Yisrael haya. Do you agree Moshe Rabbeinu loved all the Jews? Yes, Moshe Rabbeinu loved all the Jews. He knew, hey, Shavuot, it's only a 1-day holiday. It's so quick. Nobody gets a day off, only 1 day off. Amad v'takena ahad Shabbat. He said, let's make it on Sunday so they get a 2-day break. That's what these guys said.
There's the life.
This is the reason. Unbelievable. This is the reason. Why would Hashem only give him a 1-day break? Come on, give him 2 days, so do it on Sunday. It's laughable. So we want everyone to enjoy for 2 days. This is why it's on Sunday. What do you say, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai? Kara alav mikra zeh. He said to this, he said, yeah, according to your logic, ahad asad yom mechoreh derech ha'se'id. When he took them out of Egypt, it said it was an 11-day journey. He took them 11-day journey. V'im Moshe Rabbeinu ohev Yisrael haya. If he really loved the Jews so much, lama ihana b'midbar 40 shana. Why did he take us 40 years? He would have sped up the journey. And so there's a couple of problems here with the tipesh. The tipesh is assuming, number one, something ridiculous, that we would want to have a 2-day break. And the second thing he's assuming is Moshe Rabbeinu has a choice. It comes from Hashem. What are you talking about, Moshe Rabbeinu? It comes from Hashem. And so he's saying, the Tosafot says, he was saying, Moshe told Hashem, hey, Hashem, come on, give these guys a 2-day break. And Hashem said, Maskim. I agree with you. This is his logic. And so Rabbi Yohanan's guy is saying to him, by the same logic, Moshe should have said, hey, Hashem, come on, it's an 11-day journey, 40 years, make it 11 days.
Make it shorter.
Make it shorter. So Tosafot says even, it should have been 3 days, because it took them 3 days really to get across. And so this is what he's answering him back. Relax with your, I love the people. That's why I said it sounds like something they say these days. It's all about love. Moses loved you. Relax. He loved us, but he did his job. He did what Hashem told him to do. And so this is his answer. So what did the old man tell him? Amalo Rebbe, that's your answer to me. Come on, that's not a good answer. I don't like your answer. It's almost like you're making fun of me. Amar lo shoteh. He says, fool. Our perfect Torah should not be like your idle talk. I'm just giving you a nonsense answer because you gave me a nonsense answer. But you want a real answer, I'll give you a real answer. And here's the real answer. First it says you have to count 50 days. Another pasuk says you have to have 7 weeks. How could it be 7 weeks? 7 complete weeks. And a week is Sunday to Sunday. And also have 50 days. What if Pesach falls out on a Tuesday? It's not 7 complete weeks because it's a partial week, and the last week is a partial week. A complete week means Sunday to Sunday. HaKetzad, kan b'yom tov shechalot b'Shabbat, and kan b'yom tov shechalot b'emsa Shabbat. If Shavuot falls out on Saturday, then the first day we count is Sunday. And if that happens, you have 7 complete weeks, Sunday to Sunday. If it doesn't fall out, then forget the Sheva Shabbatot Bimot. Now we go to the Hamishim Yom. That's why Hashem wrote both of them. And here's your answer. This is what he tells them. This is your answer. It's 50 days no matter what. It's actually 49 days no matter what.
But we had Sheva Shabbatot in any case.
No, because he's saying a complete Timimut, a complete week is Sunday to Sunday. Yeah. And we don't have it.
He didn't answer him. He didn't.
That's the answer he gave him, and he didn't hit it. So we won the fight. He didn't answer him. And so now, let's go through maybe 2 more. Let's go through 2 more answers, and then I'll give you the Rambam's answer, and then we'll wrap it up for today, and we'll do one last shiur for sefirat next week, and that's it. Let's see. So there's a couple of more rabbis have proofs against the Baitusim, and I highlighted them for you to make it nice and easy. Rabbi Eliezer Omed. We're on page Samach He Amud Bet. There should be highlights, a lot of yellow highlights for you on most of the papers. It's a singular page here. You want to share with Nadav? Samach He Amud Bet. Here's a couple more answers. Then I want to give you an amazing answer from an Rambam that I think is unbelievable, fantastic. Rabbi Eliezer Omed Eno Tzarich. It says you have to count. Tispor lach, you have to count. Sefirat tiluya bedin. We need a count that requires betin, aka dates of the calendar. Shehen yodim lahadesh. They know months to make months. Mimacholat Shabbat, machalat yom tov. Yasat Shabbat pereshi sefirata bechol adam. How could you say that it has to be Sunday? Sunday, every Joe Shmo knows when Sunday is. You don't need Betin. Everyone knows when Sunday is. It's after Saturday. Saturday, the week is not determined by Betin. The week is the same week since Priyat HaOlam, since the creation. And so it says, Tispor lach, you have to count, meaning Betin has to help us with the count. That's only because we need Betin to tell us when the month of Nisan is. We can't make a new month without Betin. You have to require Betin. And so therefore, Rabbi Eliezer says, Kiddush HaChodesh can. And therefore, Rabbi Eliezer says it can't be Sunday. Now, we're not going to do the whole Gemara, but I'm going to tell you the Gemara refutes this answer and doesn't like the answer. This answer and Rabbi Yohanan's answer, the one we just said before. It refutes it. It doesn't like it. Let's do another one. Rabbi Yeshua Omer, Rabbi Yeshua says, Amra Torah manayamim mekadesh chodesh. The Torah says count. Yes, count days and make a month. Manayamim v'kadesh aseret. Count days and make the holiday of Shavuot. Ma chodesh samuch l'biatonika. Just like when a new month is coming, everyone knows it's going to be a new month any day now. So too, people should be able to know any day now it's going to be Shavuot. In other words, it's going to be 50 days from the second day of Pesach. We know exactly when Shavuot is coming, not, this year it's 50 days after Tuesday, this year it's 50 days. It's a different calendar day every year. According to the Baitusim, Shavuot is a different calendar day every year. Everyone understand this? It's the only holiday. Which holiday is a different calendar day every year? 1 year 6 Sivan, 1 year 10 Sivan, 1 year 5 Sivan, 1 year 2 Sivan. Why? Because it's 50 days after Sunday. Well, what if Pesach was finished on a Monday? So it can be any day of the year. That's not dependable. I said it has to be dependable. People know when the holiday is. How does anybody know? If it's on a Sunday, has anyone know the date of what day is Shavuot this year? No idea. Imagine. It's not a holiday. You need to have a date. It's on Shesh Sivan. Exactly 50 days after, or Zayin, according to the BOC. We'll do it a different time. Okay, this Gemara also throws off this answer and doesn't like it. Rabbi Ishmael Omed, Amra Torah Haber Omed B'Pesach Mushtei Alehem B'Atzeret. The Torah says you have to bring the Korban Omed on Pesach, the Korban Lechem on Atzeret. Ma lehanan regel utilat regel. Just like on Shavuot, you bring the Korban in the beginning of the holiday. Well, it's only a one-day holiday. So you bring it at the beginning of the holiday. Afkan regel utilat regel. So too, Pesach, the Omed, is brought in the beginning of the holiday, not the end of the holiday. The Gemara likes this answer. This answer stays. This one stays. One more answer. Rabbi Yehuda ben Metera Omer.
Beginning of the holiday, right after Pesach.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Shavuot.
You say bring it
in the beginning. Now Tosafot, actually, he adds and he says, really the Korban, you can bring it for 7 days. But we bring it on the first possible day. Okay, let's do two more. Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera says, Ne'emah Shabbat le'mala v'ne'emah Shabbat le'mata. It calls both of them Shabbat. It's just like the other one. Just like over there, it's the Shabbat in the beginning of the holiday. So too, it's over here at the beginning, just like the other one. Gemara likes this answer also. Okay. Last one, and then we'll do Rambam, and that's it. It says you have to count 50 days. Lo yehu ela 50 yom. Every year you have to count 50 days. If you're going to say it's after Saturday, after Shabbat Bereshit, which is Saturday, sometimes you're going to count 51 days. Sometimes 52 days. 53, because it all depends when Pesach ends. If Pesach ends on a Wednesday, if let's say the second day of Pesach was a Wednesday, then you're not doing any, according to these guys, you do nothing for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 4 more days you have to wait until you start the count of 50, which means the whole count was 54 days. If the second day of the week, if second day of Pesach was a Friday, you do nothing for Saturday, you lost 1 extra day that you should have been counting, so the whole count is on 51 days. It's not 50 every single year. The Gemara does not like this answer either.
Yeah, because they could say that it says 50 yom,
50
refers to the beginning of the sefirat.
It's exactly.
Why are you telling us? We're arguing on the beginning. We're not arguing on the
Exactly. The Gemara says maybe the 50 from when you start counting, not 50 from the second day of Pesach. And on the other answers, why the Gemara throw it off? The Gemara says, I'll give you, just say it outside. The Gemara says, okay, great. It's actually it's a good one. The Gemara says, okay, great. Shabbat is not Shabbat. Shabbat is holiday. Which holiday? There's two holidays. Shvi Shel Pesach, Rishon Shel Pesach. Maybe you should count after Shvi Shel Pesach. It's an excellent question the Gemara asks on the next page. That's why he doesn't like some of these answers. The answer that stick is the one, Regel or Tchilat Regel. That's the answer.
There's got to be a direct reference to the immediate.
Now watch this. I want to read you Rambam because the Rambam is unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Rambam in the laws of Omer. Where are these laws? Not in the laws of Zimanim, in holidays. They're in the laws of Korbanot. Rambam says, I'm going to read you some halakot. Already, if you've been here for the past 3 weeks, you should know all these halakot. It says, En mevi'in min hazu ela me'eretz Yisrael. Mitzvato labo min akarov. It's a mitzvah to bring it from the close fields. Lo ba min akarov mi otam kol makom Yisrael. We said this. If you can't find it close to Jerusalem, can. What's the gagot? The two names, the gagot and the second one was the ayin or something. Good. Mitzvato leikatzer balayla belil shisha asar. We cut the omer on the night, the second night of Pesach. Ben b'chol, ben b'Shabbat, even at Shabbat. The chol alayla kasher, and the whole night is kosher. Mitzvato labo min hakama. We bring it from the standing wheats. V'lo yebi'enu. If you can't find from kama, from standing up, you bring it from the piles. Okay. Mitzvato labo min Allah, as we said, Carmel. Carmel is a plump ripe. Aviv is also ripe. You should bring a ripe kernel of barley. They used to bring it from the southern fields. It's from barley. It doesn't say in the Torah, it's Moshe Sinai, it's barley. If you were here last week, you know this. From before the holiday, they go out. They tie up the barley, so it's easy to cut. All the people living nearby come in. So it should be a big ceremony. 3 se'im with 3 guys. That's why 3 guys, right? This is last week's class, Ken. ובשלוש קופות and 3 baskets, ובשלושה מגלות and 3 sickles, כיוון שחשיכה, once it gets dark, אומר להם הקוצר לכל העומדים שם, בא השמש, אומרים לו, הן, כן? בא השמש, אומרים לו, הן, בא השמש, הן, מעגל זה, אומרים לו, הן, מעגל זה, אומרים לו, הן, מעגל זה, הן, קופה זו, הן, קופה זו, הן, this box, הן, ואם היה שבת, אומר להם, שבת הן, שבת היום, even this Shabbat, yes, cut on Shabbat, hen, Shabbat hayom, hen, Shabbat hayom, hen. And after that, exod, ketzod, exod, ketzod, exod, ketzod, cut. Shalosh פעמים לכל דבר, 3 times. וכל כך למה? מפני אלו הטועים, because of these people who make mistake, שיצאו מכלל ישראל בבית שני. They left Klal Yisrael in the second temple. שהן אומרים שזה שנאמר בתורה במחרת השבת, הוא שבת בראשית. They think it's ממש Saturday. ומפי השמועה למדו שאין השבת, אלא יום טוב, it's פסח. וכן ראו תמיד הנביאים והסנהדרין, always we did this, like you said, always in history we brought it on פסח, בכל דור ודור, שהיום מניפים את העומר ב16 בניסן, בין בחול, בין בשבת. It's always on 16 ניסן. Now here comes the Rambam. Which proof of our Gemara does he bring that it's Mahat Shabbat means Pesach? Yeah, none of the proofs. It's just so like the Rambam. Rambam says, I have my own proof. והרי נאמר בתורה, ולחם וקלי וחרמל לא תאכלו עד עצם היום הזה. We know you cannot eat hadash until the Korban HaOmer. You can't eat lechem, you can't eat kali, you can't eat karmel. until the omer is brought. V'ne'emar, and it says in Yehoshua, when Yehoshua brought them to the land of Israel, and they made that big Korban Pesach, when they got to Israel, finally everyone was holy. They made the biggest Korban Pesach. ויחנו בני ישראל בגגה ויעשו את הפסח ב14 יום לחודש בערב בערבות יריחו. Right? They made a big celebration. Listen to Pasuk 11. ויאכלו, and they ate מעבור הארץ, from the plants of the produce of the land. ממחרת הפסח, the day after Pesach, masot v'kalui, the brand new crop from matzot, roasted. Be'etzem hayom hazeh. Oh, says the Rambam. It doesn't say Mimachat Shabbat. It says Mimachat Pesach. The Torah is testifying that it was the day after Pesach that they brought the haomer and they ate the new produce.
It was already the Shabbat.
Yeah, unbelievable. The Rambam,
So
the Gemara,
the
Gemara doesn't bring this. So Kesef Mishneh says, Zuhi Ra'ayat Rabbeinu Zal. This is the proof of Rabbeinu V'Reuya Elav. It's perfect. It doesn't bring Al Gemara. Oh, 9 o'clock. It doesn't bring us in Al Gemara. And so therefore Rambam says, hey, Moshe, you want to hit the lights? Let me just read the last line of the Rambam and we'll do Kaddish and Halas. Rambam says, listen to the words he uses about these guys. V'ne'emar vayochelu me'abur ha'aretz v'machat Pesach, the day after Pesach. V'im tomar, if you're going to tell me, na oto ha'Pesach b'Shabbat ira. If you're going to tell me, no, that year when Yehoshua went into the land, Pesach happened to be Shabbat.
Then it would have said no.
If it's Shabbat, then the Beit Tusim can say, that's why they were allowed to, because it was Shabbat. In Tomah she'oto Pesach b'Shabbat Iran happened to be Shabbat. K'moshe damu ha'tipeshim, like the Tipeshim want to tell you. Mimahat Pesach she'ach tala hakatut heter achilatam nechadash bedavar she'eno ha'ikar. Then the pasuk should have said Mimahat Shabbat. It showed Pesach for a reason, and therefore it is clear from the Rambam's proof, in addition to the other ones, that the Korban haomer is on the second day of Pesach, and that is it. Rabbi Hananam Gesha Omer, תעשה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל, לפיכך רבם תורה מצוות שנאמר, על מה חפש למען תיקון יהדות תורה